Show and tell. Show and tell. Pastor Mike, one of my favorite activities when I was in grade school was that art of show and tell. We would take something off the wall and we would then explain it to our classmates and tell them how it originated. I've got something that I would have used for show and tell right here. See, I would take something off the wall like this that the kids never saw, that they didn't know what it was, and then I would take the opportunity, Brother Hill, to explain that to my classmates. I would show them, then I would tell them. Did you know, family, that we're in a different type of ecosystem in this Christian life? Because we don't practice the art of show and tell. On the contrary, we practice the art of tell and show. Yes, family, tell and show. That simply means that we've got to be able to tell the goodness of the Lord, to communicate about who he is to us. And then when we talk about the miracles, talk about the blessings, talk about the things we expect to receive, guess what? It shows up. And as it shows up, that's how we thrive. Every person you ever know in the Bible, all the heroes of faith that we talk about, they practice the art of tell and show. Remember when Moses said in Exodus chapter 14, verse 13, he said, hold on, these Egyptians that have been bothering us, you will never see them again another day in your life. Remember when those three Hebrew boys were in the fiery furnace, before they got in, Dr. Price, they told the king who was about to execute them, they said, listen, in Daniel 3:17, the God we serve is able to deliver us out of the fiery furnace, and he will. They told, and then the show up came. Watch this. Jesus did the exact same thing. He said that if we destroy the temple, he'll raise it up in 3 days. That's John chapter 2, verse 19. So how do I get into the art of practicing this ecosystem that we know as tell and show? First step for my note takers, I want you to write this down. Dr. Gilliam, put this in your notepad. I want you to write it down. I want us to remember what these steps are. Step number one, we have to build our belief. Build our belief. Dr. Whitaker, this is what happens at some old school restaurants. They provide the food. They provide the waiters and the waitresses. They provide the tables and the chairs, but you've got to do what they call BYOB. That's bring your own alcohol, whether that's liquor or whatever you want to bring. They'll call it BYOB. In this Christian life, we've got another BYOB. That's build your own belief. Yes, family, God has provided the ecosystem. He's given us the structure. He's provided the promises. But if we don't believe, we can't win. Come here, Jude chapter 1, verse 20. The Bible tells us, ain't Mary, that we should build ourselves up on our most holy faith. That's why I want you to pat yourself on the back if you're on our live service, because all you're doing now is building your own belief. You're taking the opportunity to grow your faith. Like the Bible says in 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 3, that our faith grows exceedingly. Coach, that's the reason why we come to God. We've got to build our own belief. He does all the rest once we do that next. We've got to allow our belief to produce boldness. Our belief should produce boldness. Think about it. Whatever we're confident about, we're bold about. Whatever we really believe, we don't have a problem saying publicly. If we believe that the sky is blue, we'll say that to anybody that asks us what color. If we believe that our home is paid for, we're going to say that just because we believe it. So in this Christian life, we've got to recognize, Brother Rancy, that yes, belief produces boldness. He told us in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 13, that I believe, therefore I have spoken. We believe, therefore we speak. Remember, the Bible tells us in Hebrews 13:6, we may boldly say, God is my helper. I've got no fear. What can man do to me? Remember, Proverbs 28:1, the Bible tells us that the wicked run when nobody's chasing them, Sharkeetha, but the righteous is bold like a lion. Then last but certainly not least, if I want to tell and show, I also have to be brilliant. Note takers, write this down. The Bible is the area where we should excel more than any others. The Bible is the area where we should excel more than any other. I used to watch Jeopardy with my mother back in the day. Old game show. Many of you have seen it. Hit your reaction button if you've ever seen Jeopardy. Well, the smart people that they had as contestants on the show would pick a category that they felt like they were well versed in. So Doc Ely, they might say, give me American history for 100. Then they click on another, but I'll take science and technology for 1,000, Alex. They click that and they tell them what they want to take. So Doc, boom, in this Christian life, we're supposed to be able to say, I'll take life-changing faith for 1,000. I'll take business building for 500. I'll take promises to reality for another one. Doc, we've got to be categorized and so confident in the scriptures that we're brilliant in it. Hold on. 2 Timothy 2:15 says we should study to show ourselves approved unto God. Colossians chapter 1 verse 9 says we should be filled with the knowledge of his will and all wisdom and spiritual understanding. Everybody's brilliant in some area. I take my hat off to those who are brilliant in school and they understand the history books, those who are brilliant in world politics and understand world events. Pam, I like the fact that there are many people who are brilliant in a lot of things, but if I'm going to tell and show, I got to be brilliant in Bible. I got to pick my category, overcoming obstacles. I got to be able to pick that and know that God can open doors for me. Remember, if I can do so, then I can not only show and tell. I don't have to wait until the manifestation happens before I start getting my people involved. I can tell and show. I can speak it and it will come into existence because I practice these three principles.